Okay, welcome back to the Adventure Within channel. My name is Andrew Fritz. I'm a clairvoyant, healer, and meditation teacher. And today I'd like to kind of more formally introduce our online school of intuitive arts called Adventure Within. We do have this YouTube channel where we post videos covering a variety of spiritual topics and do interviews. We also have this online school of intuitive arts, and we offer quite a bit. And I'd like to highlight some of those things and share that with you. So the website is adventurewithin.co. At the home page, at the very top off to the right, just want to quickly read a paragraph here for you. It says, "You are spirit and your answers are within. We offer tools and techniques so you can begin to heal and discover yourself. The spiritual path can be challenging, but when you listen, trust, and act on your intuition, you begin to feel more happy and fulfilled." But we don't have your answers. But we do offer, the tools and techniques that will not only allow you to begin to heal yourself and discover yourself more as spirit, but those tools and techniques are going to help you begin to tap more into and gain access to your answers and information, which is pretty amazing. And on the home page, as we scroll down, there's just short bios for myself and my wife. At the bottom of these short bios, you'll see a little email icon if you want to email us for whatever reason. Below our pictures, you'll see it says free meet and greet, and then you can just click schedule now, and that will be online via Zoom if you have more questions about what we offer. At the very bottom here, it just says trail map. Our podcast is pretty much comprised of interviews that's found on Spotify. We offer that and more content on the YouTube side of things. A great place to start aside from that would be getting, a psychic reading from one of us or an energy healing. And then sometimes people want to learn how to meditate and turn within. And we offer a basic psychic meditation series called Adventure Tools. Some people take that and that's all they're kind of wanting to learn. But, there's those that actually want to go much more deeper into that. From there you can go into a year-long clairvoyant training called the Language of Spirit training, and we offer there's a ton of classes and readings involved in that training, and covering a lot of different topics. But the main focus is the development of your sixth chakra ability of clairvoyance or clear seeing. We'll talk about that here shortly. And then once you've taken the Adventure Tool series and then that year-long clairvoyant training. From there, you can really take any of the advanced psychic trainings that we offer. All right, let's go to the top here and click on readings. So we offer psychic readings and R readings, and I'll just quickly go over those. The first one is a men's reading that I offer. So this is a themed R reading. So again, the R is the energy field around your physical body, and it's comprised of 7 layers, each layer corresponding to a different aspect of your life. And so I'll look at each layer, but I'm specifically looking at your masculine energy in each layer. And we'll see where you're having success with your masculine energy in different parts of your life. And sometimes you'll notice that a limitation or a blockage will pop up in a certain layer. In other words, you'll see where your masculine energy is kind of limited or stuck, and then we can start to look at what's your next step with that. What helps you get unstuck, right? And then if you follow through with that next step, then what changes? What do you get to have more of? That's always helpful information to have. It inspires you more to take that next step, so you have what's on the other side of the limitation or block. We do offer energy checks, myself and my wife. These are typically for people that are currently in a psychic training or graduated from a psychic training. And really the purpose of this is just to sharpen those basic meditation tools that you learned in the Adventure Tool series. Just sharpening those, and then it helps you kind of work through your growth period. Because when you take a psychic class with us, or especially the psychic trainings, you're going to be going through a lot of growth periods, a lot of growth and change, and that's essentially what you're wanting if you're taking classes with us. You're wanting to move forward in your life, develop different abilities, and essentially, you're growing towards your dreams and just fulfilling more of your purpose. My wife and I also offer aura readings. This one would be not themed, it's just anything can pop up. Um, and when we look at this, we tend to look at these mental image pictures. As from a clairvoyant perspective, we can see color, we can see symbols, we can see mental image pictures, but we tend to be looking mostly at these images, and they provide a lot of information. And we'll look at some of these pictures in each layer of your aura, and we'll start off by looking in the first layer of your aura. That pertains to survival and safety and finances, basic needs of life, and going all the way through the different layers or aspects to kind of more of the spiritual aspect. And sometimes these images tend to be literal, sometimes they're very metaphorical, sometimes they're memories. But it's our job to kind of describe the image and kind of highlight kind of what's the overall energy of this. And then for you, it's kind of interpreting kind of what we're reading to you. But it's not our job to kind of make any judgments as, hey, this is really great, or this is bad, or right, or wrong. We're just reading the image and not really giving advice. But just by saying hello to these pictures, it can kind of help you become more aware, or gain a little more clarity of what's happening. And there's plenty of time for questions. If there's something that came up you didn't quite understand, or you want to go deeper with, we can do that. Or if there's an unrelated question, we can go over that at the very end of the reading as well. That's an aura reading. I also offer a lucid dreaming reading, something I'm very passionate about. We'll look at where are you currently at with your lucid dreaming ability. We'll look at any of the blocks that you're handling. And again, anytime that we tend to notice a block pop up, we're always going to take a look at, hey, well, what's the next step? How do you get unstuck? How do you move through this blockage? And then what changes? What do you get to have on the other side of that? And then just some of your mock-ups. Why do you want to be a lucid dreamer and have these lucid dreams? And at the very end, this is pretty cool actually, is I'll give you a healing to your astral body. My wife offers past life readings. These are a lot of fun. She'll take a look at some of your past lives. And as she kind of goes through your, say, one particular past life, towards the end of that, as she's wrapping that one particular lifetime up, reading that, she'll kind of pull it in the present time and see how that past life is, relating to what's happening in your life right now. And then she'll help kind of clear any remaining karma up that you have from that lifetime. So she'll read a few past lives and then kind of leave some time for questions. Like I said, she also does the aura reading as well. Something new that I'm offering is a divinity reading. This is, again, a themed aura reading where I'm kind of intentionally looking at the energy of source in each layer of your aura. When I say source, kind of looking at divine grace in each layer of your aura. And so yeah, that can definitely be a fun one. My wife offers women's readings. In this reading, she basically says she'll give you a hello to your feminine energy and where it's at currently. Where are you growing? Where are you stuck? And what are your next steps for your hopes and your dreams? I offer a business reading. This is not really an aura reading, but I will take a look at, hey, where's your business at in present time? What are some of the obstacles that you're running into? What's the next steps? What changes when you take those next steps? And kind of what are your mock-ups? Why did you start this business? What are you trying to get out of this business? And I'll give your business kind of a brief healing at the very end of that. Scrolling down here. I already mentioned the energy check. And then the soul totality reading. This one's pretty cool. Again, this one's not an aura reading. This one's more kind of a direct hello, psychic hello to the three aspects of you as a being. So the feeling self, the reasoning self, the higher self. So I'm saying hello to each part of you as a soul. And after I do that, I'll look at the communication between those three parts. These three parts can kind of operate separately, but also in unison. And when they tend to work together as a unit, so to speak, communicating and in cooperation with one another, there tends to be more kind of magic and miracles in your life. So I'll look at the communication between all these three aspects. And if there's any blockages, I'll look at the next step and kind of what shifts if you take that next step. But the cool thing is at the very end, I'll give a healing to these three parts of you. So this is kind of just a brief, like kind of clairvoyant mystical healing. All right, so that is readings. We'll shift over to the healings tab. My wife, I mentioned astral body before, so my wife offers an astral body healing. Um, and something also included in that is a creativity healing. So if you're wanting to, um, just be a little more freed up with your creativity, or just even just being able to manifest things or bringing in things, if you feel blocked in that way, or um, creative burnout. So the creativity healing is a part of this astral body healing, which is pretty helpful. But again, the astral body, it's kind of an energy body that's like a duplicate of the physical. It's just much lighter, and it tends to be involved kind of in the dream space and your dream state. So healing this can. I remember the first time I gave an astral body healing. I ended up having, that was like my first like fully conscious out of body experience. Now I'm not saying that happens to everybody that gives it or receives it, but it's helpful. So if you're interested in out of body experiences or lucid dreaming, or you're just kind of wanting to improve your ability to manifest, or you're kind of just get your creative flow back, the astral body healing will help. And it's not just helpful to, it can improve sleep, your sleep quality for sure. But it also impacts you kind of in your day to day as well. So it's not just all about what happens when you go to sleep. It does impact kind of your waking state as well. My wife offers an energy healing. So this is basically a healing to your aura. It's a healing to your energy system in the body. So those energy channels, those chakras in the body. I believe she even covers like the physical body systems. So like the lymphatic system, the nervous system, and so on. So if you're just feeling stuck, if you're just feeling stuck in general, an energy healing can help get your energy back in movement. I also offer, excuse me, a remote healing / reading. It's mostly a healing, but there's a brief kind of reading in certain components of this, especially at the very end. So this one's a little more expensive just because it takes me at least a minimum of like 4 hours. 4 consecutive hours while I'm doing it. For how this healing works is, first we'll get online via Zoom, and I'll explain about, hey, this is what is involved in this healing and reading. And once we go over that, you can talk about what you're trying to get out of the healing. Usually there's a reason you're coming to receive a healing or a reading. We'll discuss that, and once I have that information and everything is clear, I'll hop off Zoom. And then that's when I'm going to spend the 4 hours doing the healing. And throughout that process, I work on one particular topic, conduct the healing, get some information out of that, and then I'm working on this PDF document where I'm recording everything that I'm noticing happening. So by the end of it, there's pages of information. And so once it's complete, and again, it's always going to be at least 4 hours. I'm not going to just do it, a shorter version of it. It's always a minimum 4 hours. And so once I get done with it, I'll email you the document. You can review it, and then we can set up an additional time on Zoom to kind of go over it, answer any of your questions that you might have about it. This is a huge healing. I'll click View Product here because it's going to cover like a healing to, say, your birth name. We'll look at your relationship to your personal and universal Akashic records, where you go in between lifetimes. We'll look at your energy system, so the chakras, the channels, your different energy bodies, your dream space, the physical body systems, like I said, like the lymphatic system, the cardiovascular system, and so on. Advanced spiritual anatomy, healing to those, the out-of-body chakras, maybe your relationship with your spirit guides. Do they have anything they're trying to tell you? I'll look at kind of your relationship with the 12 major archetypes, Um, some of the examples would be like the innocent or the wounded child, the warrior, and so on. I'll give a kind of a brief aura reading, and there's just so much more involved in that. It's a really big one. So that is the remote healing / reading that I offer. We'll go back to the healings tab and scroll down. I also offer a trance medium healing. These are pretty cool because I can basically, I'm getting out of my body and I invite you to come up, and there's nothing you have to do. I invite you to come up to a higher vibration, and this is going to help you start to heal, to start kind of purging out or releasing unwanted energies out of your body and space. And, I can, just give a regular trance medium healing, and sometimes I'll invite a certain being in to kind of channel. I'll channel a particular being. Lately, one of the last beings I just channeled, which was a lot of fun, was Jesus Christ, and that was really intense and a lot of fun and incredibly healing. So that's just one example. Can do like angel healings, and there's a lot to it. But I'll basically, through the healing, I'll point out, hey, this is what you're releasing. It's not so much a reading; the focus is the healing. But I will highlight, hey, here's what you're clearing, and then I'll start to say hello to your energy underneath that, what you get to have more of, so to speak. And my wife also offers a women's healing. So these are pretty cool. I'll just read this here. So in this healing, Heather will create a space for you where you have permission to let go of what you're ready to heal from. In doing this, there'll be more space for you for the things you want to bring into your life. This healing is for you to get your mock-ups for being a woman in this lifetime. Okay, so that's readings, that's healings. Let's go to classes here. All right, so my wife is offering so the adventure tools, that's what I was mentioning before. So she's got one coming up here this Saturday, so that'd be January 11th. She's also got one starting February 10th. So this is a 6-week series. It's online via Zoom. There's one class per week. And I'll just kind of go over some of the topics that you'll learn. The classes are about an hour and a half. But yeah, you're going to learn basically about the aura, so the energy field around the body. You're going to learn about the energy system. We'll talk about the channels that you have in the body, at least the major ones, a couple minor ones. Some of the major chakras in the body, a couple of minor chakras as well. You'll learn about the different aspects of you as a being, just as a brief overview. You'll learn how to ground your body. You'll learn how to vibrate in forgiveness. You'll learn how to release unwanted energy out of your body and space. You'll learn how to, if you're releasing unwanted energy out of your body and space, then you'll learn how to replenish with your unique energy as a soul, which is pretty cool. You'll learn how to heal that energy system by running earth and cosmic energies. You'll learn, where do you go when you meditate? When I close my eyes, where am I going? What am I doing? What's happening? So you'll learn how to center yourself and what that all entails. You'll learn how to transform energy. Energy always was, is, and will be, and there's a technique to transform it. Sometimes we feel stuck or things are stagnant, and this technique can kind of help you get unstuck, which is always nice. You'll learn about energy cords and how those might affect you, and how to make your separations, and how that can really start to carve out your meditation space. And that really leads to you connecting with your higher self, that part of you that really kind of has the big picture about this lifetime and your purpose for this life. Just that small thing. We'll go back to classes. For those that have graduated at least from a year-long clairvoyant training, again, what's called the Language of Spirit training, I offer a private meditation class. So if there is a particular topic that you're wanting to work on, or some sort of issue that you're wanting to cover or work through, we can talk about what that is, whether through its email or hop on Zoom real quick, and you can kind of talk about what you want to go through, and then I'll take some time to kind of create a custom private class. It usually entails at least usually about 4 meditations, but over the span of an hour and a half. So we can kind of work on that. My wife also, we offer, she's the one that does these, but it's a weekly graduate meditation class. So anybody that's basically have taken the Adventure Tools series, she offers, what is it? It's about 30 minutes here. So it's 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time every Sunday. So if you're just wanting to stay sharp with your meditation tools and techniques, you can pop in. It's not something that you have to sign up for, and you have to show up to every class every Sunday. It's just you just sign up for one, and you can show up to as many, or just pop in one, or however you want to do it, basically. But it's a great way to kind of keep up with your meditation practice. All right, we're almost here at the very end, but this is kind of the part that's pretty fun, at least from my perspective here. What I'm really passionate about is teaching people. Yes, we offer readings, we offer healings. Something I'm really passionate about is showing that you can do the same thing. You can learn to heal, and you can learn to open up different abilities, whether it's your clairvoyance, and even beyond that. But I'll start off with the language of spirit training. And I'll click that in particular. The next one we got here starting is March 24th. My wife is going to be teaching that. That's our spring version of the language of spirit training. So basically, this is, it's 2 classes per week for a year, and there will be breaks, throughout certain holidays. Which is really nice, because you'll be doing, again, like a lot of growing and a lot of changing. So it is nice to have some of those breaks. But essentially, this is a year-long spiritual journey. You're developing your ability to see clearly. As I said before, as a clairvoyant, you have the ability to see colors and symbols and mental image pictures, and we tend to focus more on the images. But that phrase of a picture's worth 1,000 words. There's some truth in that. You can gain a lot of information from just one picture. So you'll be learning how to read your own aura in this training. You'll be learning how to read your classmates' auras, which is a lot of fun. And here I'll just talk about some of the different topics that are in this. You'll learn how to reset your grounding. You'll learn how to create mock-ups. So we're basically talking about the law of attraction and a certain technique. If you have a need or desire for something, you can use this technique to attract that or kind of manifest that into your life. We'll definitely talk about Kundalini and how to run that in different ways through visual meditation. We're going to deprogram certain levels of all the 7 major chakras in the body, which is pretty awesome. So instead of operating and running off of on other people's energy and information, start to kind of let that go and start to bring in more of your energy information. And again, that's going to induce a lot of growth and change. And essentially, if you're showing up to these classes and joining these trainings, that's what you're seeking. That's what you're wanting. You're wanting to grow towards something, and this helps do that. You'll learn about the 12 major archetypes, various psychic abilities. So we highlight, things like clairsentience, your clairaudient ability, clear knowing. But again, the main focus is the clairvoyance. You'll learn how to define your space. We'll learn how to, really run a variety of your different energies that you have available to you, including like your masculine energy, your feminine energy, your willpower, your affinity energy. It always feels great when you turn on and run that energy in your energy system. We'll talk about spirit guides and different beings that don't have bodies, angels and so on. You'll learn about the different levels of creative power that you can tap into. There's a kind of brief introduction to your astral body, and you'll have a chance to take a little field trip on the astral to not only your personal Akashic records, but the universal Akashic records. So again, that's 2 classes per week. So one class is the actual clairvoyant class, and then the other session is like a reading session where you're learning to read yourself or you're reading your classmates. And that's a lot of fun because you're developing your clairvoyant ability, you're working through energy, and you're getting answers for yourself. um, and yeah, so that the next clairvoyant training starts March 24th. So once you've taken the basic meditation series and that language of spirit training, then it opens you up to the advanced psychic trainings. And I'm not going to go through all those right now. Maybe I'll make a separate video for that. But I'll just quickly mention what we offer. There's a body of glass training. So if you're really interested in developing more neutrality, especially to really challenging energies that we're encounter and deal with in this world, just learning to get more neutral. I always find that having more neutrality equates to having more freedom. And I'm all about that. I don't know about you, but I like freedom. So that's the body of glass training. There's a lot more to it, but I'm just that's the basic gist of that. You're working with your different energy bodies in that particular training. There's the going to the edge training. That's basically for men that want to kind of go a little further with clairvoyant topics, catered around, the male journey and masculine energy. There's the lucid dreamer training. So if you're interested in lucid dreaming, there's a training just for that and kind of working with your astral body and how to heal it. And, you'll receive healings to your astral body by your classmates and giving astral body healings for them. It's a lot of fun. There's the qualities of spirit training. This is it's kind of fairly advanced, if you will. It's a training where you're learning to step out of this lifetime, kind of in that space between lifetimes, and you'll explore past lives and clear karma. And we're going to highlight many qualities of spirit and just kind of work on deprogramming and clearing any limitations off of you, being aware and really owning those qualities of spirit. But the big thing is, the unique thing in that training is, being more aware of these 3 aspects of you as a being, and just kind of healing the relationship between those 3 parts of you. So there's a certain style of reading and healing involved in that training, which is fun. There's a teacher training. Some people, they go through a clairvoyant training and maybe more psychic trainings and get to a point where they really want to, they're really passionate about this. They want to learn how to teach this. So that's kind of a fun space to just kind of get comfortable being seen and heard, especially as a teacher, and learning how to teach. And you're really developing a stronger connection with your higher self as you do that. And eventually I'll teach the Transmedium Healers training. That's one of the longest trainings I offer. It's a 2-year training. Transmediumship is the ability to get out of the body, but also then we talk about channeling different energies, different beings, and it's a lot of fun. We go into learning about the astral and different dimensions and traveling throughout those different dimensions and seeing kind of what's there and interacting with some of the things there. So that will be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for that. I'm not sure when I'll start that one. At the earliest, it would be probably like 2026, but we'll see. We will see what happens. Also have a blog here. I posted a few, but yeah, if you're interested in ever reading some of the things that, that were different topics that we're talking about, they'll show up here. You just click on blog. All right. Well, that is our business, our online school of intuitive arts, Adventure Within. Again, if there's something that I didn't really cover and that you want more clarity on, you can email us, leave a comment in this particular YouTube video, or you can set up a free meet and greet and just kind of learn more about us and just chat, and we can answer your questions that way as well. But hopefully this is helpful, and enjoy the rest of your day or night, and we'll see you next time.